Because I understand that you have retired, you're 50-0, you walked away from the game, you made a lot of money, but you made more money than any boxer in history. But I'll be damned if you're gonna be on this show and I ain't gonna ask you, are you thinking about coming back, Floyd Money Mayweather, with the Terence Crawford, with a Manny Pacquiao?
Great career, a tremendous career, an unbelievable career. But I mean, once again, we can't judge a guy. A guy is not great because he won one fight. To become a legendary great fighter, you must continue to go out there and beat good fighters and beat.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. fired back at Terence Crawford after Bud claimed he was the superior fighter. Floyd insisted that his undefeated record, multiple world titles, and years of dominance prove that he is the true greatest of all time.
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that.
However, Terence Crawford remains completely confident in his abilities and believes he is the superior all-around fighter. Crawford has openly stated that he would back himself against prime Floyd Mayweather Jr., claiming his versatility, ring IQ, and ability to switch styles would give him the edge over Floyd.
Fight you or prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters.
Shane Mosley believes Terence Crawford could defeat the money version of Floyd Mayweather Jr., but he does not see Crawford beating prime Floyd. Mosley explained that the younger Floyd was quicker, more aggressive, and far more explosive offensively, making him much more dangerous because of his speed and attacking style.
It's kind of like, has the same mentality I got. Like he's hungry and he's gonna come after you. Mayweather's very tricky, but at the same time, Crawford will go right-handed and left-handed. So it would be a big problem for Mayweather. And if Mayweather gets hit with Crawford, like I hit him and rocked, it might not end well for Mayweather. They might be over it. But Mayweather could outbox Crawford, I think, because Crawford has the mindset that I'm trying to knock you out. And Mayweather knows how to play to that I'm trying to knock you out type of thing. Because he's used to people coming at him trying to hit him hard all the time. The only person that I see that I can kind of like equate to, and this I think Crawford would have the edge, is Castillo. When Castillo fought Mayweather the first time. And fights like that, Mayweather has problems with Crawford. Because Crawford hits hard, Crawford's very strong.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has spent years defending his place at the top of boxing history with a perfect 50-0 professional record, world titles across 5 weight divisions, and victories over legends like Manny Pacquiao, Oscar de la Hoya, and Canelo Alvarez. Many analysts believe no modern fighter has been able to match what Floyd accomplished inside the ring.
Fighters, one of the great counterpunchers, one of the great boxers, one of the great fighters. I know he didn't get on his resume what was on the resume of some of these guys, but you can only beat the guys in your era. You can. I know he beat a couple really good guys in his era, and they were a little late. It was a little like Pacquiao was one of them. It was late in their careers. It wasn't when they were in the prime of their careers. I acknowledge that. I do. I acknowledge all of that. But he's still great. He's still great. And he's number 10. He starts this great list. And that's Floyd Money Mayweather. 49-0. Again, I don't even know what record to give you.
50-0. They count.
All right. So 50-0. I don't want to take nothing away from Floyd. You can't take nothing away from him. He's just great. Great defense.
Terence Crawford has often praised Floyd Mayweather Jr. publicly and even called him the best fighter of this generation. However, discussions surrounding Crawford's own achievements, including becoming an undisputed champion in multiple divisions, have continued to spark comparisons between the two fighters among boxing fans.
With your legacy to Floyd Mayweather, how do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going out there.
Craig Hackett compared Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford, suggesting that Crawford may be the more complete all-around boxer due to his size, adaptability, and versatility. However, he also acknowledged that Mayweather's elite speed, vast experience, and undefeated legacy still make him one of the most difficult fighters in boxing history to defeat.
Of course, you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ, you know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you're in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great. To me, I could be wrong, but he didn't look so great to me because he was learning a lot about Madrimov while he was in there with Madrimov, opposed to Floyd Mayweather fighting Canelo, and we already know what this is. You know what I'm saying? And it's totally different styles, but I still got to give it to Mayweather. His confidence, his endurance, his speed, his ring generalship. You know what I mean?
While many analysts continue debating who is better, Terence Crawford argues that such comparisons only take away from the uniqueness of each fighter's journey. He maintains a respectful stance toward Floyd Mayweather Jr., but makes it clear that he doesn't want his legacy judged through someone else's standards or yardstick, preferring his own accomplishments to define how history remembers him.
Stack, did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hate type shit to me.
Like plotting.
Yeah, I ain't never.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has also stated that he is different from other fighters because he took full control of his career and business decisions, managing his own path inside and outside the ring rather than relying on traditional promotional structures.
To my own career and become my own boss. And when I was able to do that, because I talked about this on numerous different platforms, you know, how I bought myself out my contract for $750,000, and then I made $750 million in 3 fights. So I'm a little different from the rest of the fighters. You know, the less you get hit, the longer you last. So I didn't want to take too much punishment inside that square circle. If you see a lot of fighters, they can barely walk, they can barely talk, but still, you know, Floyd Mayweather has made smart moves, surrounded himself with a smart team, and I'm still making hundreds of millions.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. claims he achieved success both inside and outside the ring by remaining undefeated, building a powerful personal brand, making smart investments, and transforming himself into one of boxing's biggest global stars.
You watch, you see certain things, you grow, and I truly, I wasn't where I wanted to be as far as with my career. I really wanted to be everywhere. I wanted the Mayweather brand to be all around the world, not just in the US or not just in a certain city. I wanted to be worldwide. You know, a lot of athletes, only thing, I mean, their careers are short. My career is long, and my career wasn't just inside that square circle. My real estate portfolio is unreal. Even with these gyms, we're going to constantly build, put people in position to be entrepreneurs. Yeah. And we want people to come work out. And I talked about this with Robert Smith the other day. You know, when I text Robert and we talk, I said, you know, Robert, we both getting a lot of money. I don't have the money that you have. Of course, I done made over $1 billion, but health is our.
Meanwhile, Andre Ward, a close friend of Terence Crawford and former champion, has strongly defended him against claims that his achievements fall short of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Ward highlights Crawford's adaptability, technical skill, and ability to break down elite-level opponents as clear evidence that he deserves to be included in the same all-time discussions.
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots, Jerron, my favorite. It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on is Bud, because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes. But this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. There's a lot of guys that talking. But until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying a guy, you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even.
Andre Ward has even described Terence Crawford as the GOAT of this generation. Ward has remained one of Bud's strongest supporters, not only because of their close friendship, but also because he views Crawford's resume, dominance, and adaptability as something truly unique in modern boxing. After Crawford's dominant win over Errol Spence Jr., Ward stated that Crawford had earned the right to be considered the greatest fighter of this era.
Great performance, man. He's been doing this throughout the course of his career. The stakes were a lot different in this fight, a lot more danger. He had to fight that kind of fight in order to beat Canelo Alvarez tonight, and he did that at 37, but getting ready to be 38 years old. And he proved, like Max said, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Hats off to Canelo for taking the fight. He didn't have to take it. Hats off to Turkey Al-Sheikh for putting it together. Just a great night for boxing.
Yeah. How special a fighter is someone like Terence Crawford? There was no signs of a size disadvantage there. How special?
You can see it in spots, but it wasn't significant. And I didn't think it was going to be significant. And people called me crazy, but I've been around Terence. He's strong. He's got a wrestling background, and people don't realize that he's been boiling himself down all these years.
Brian Bomac McIntyre strongly believes Terence Crawford has surpassed Floyd Mayweather Jr. as a fighter. Following Crawford's dominant performances and historic success across multiple weight classes, Bomac praised Bud's complete skill set, highlighting his defense, adaptability, ring IQ, timing, and switch hitting ability. He echoed similar sentiments expressed by Canelo Alvarez, suggesting Crawford is better than Mayweather, arguing that he can execute everything Floyd could while also offering greater versatility and offensive creativity. Bomac added that Crawford's ability to adjust mid-fight and control opponents mentally and physically sets him apart from most fighters of this era. He also pointed to Crawford becoming undisputed in multiple divisions as proof of his greatness, saying Bug continues to build a resume that places him among boxing's all-time elite.
Cavs hat on, this time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Shane Mosley praised Terence Crawford as a more complete overall fighter, pointing to his physical advantages, longer reach, switch hitting ability, and overall versatility inside the ring. Mosley explained that Crawford's effectiveness in both orthodox and southpaw stances would create serious problems for Floyd Mayweather Jr., making him difficult to read and adjust to throughout a fight. He also highlighted Crawford's size and power as factors that could help him edge out Floyd in the close match. However, Mosley still showed major respect for Mayweather, calling him one of the greatest and most talented fighters in boxing history. He noted that Floyd's defensive brilliance, elite ring IQ, and world-class counterpunching would keep the fight highly competitive. Even so, Mosley believes Crawford's adaptability and offensive versatility could ultimately give him the advantage in a hypothetical showdown between the two undefeated boxing legends.
That Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford. Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era.
Roy Jones Jr. has also commented on the legacy of Floyd Mayweather Jr., stating that while Floyd is clearly an all-time great, he is not untouchable. Jones believes that certain fighters in their prime, especially those with different styles, elite speed, and high-pressure tactics, could have given Mayweather far more trouble than many people assume. He argues that boxing is heavily influenced by style matchups, meaning even the greatest defensive fighters can struggle against opponents who combine timing, aggression, and adaptability the highest level. Jones emphasizes that Mayweather's undefeated record and defensive mastery deserve full respect, but insists that greatness in boxing is always relative to eras and stylistic matchups rather than absolute dominance over every possible opponent.
I respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long, so I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Shabby was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could retire at 80-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got to 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano. Right. So Rocky died. If he wouldn't die, he probably would have kept going too. So and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect it? Yeah. You feel me? Right. So, I mean, I love Floyd, don't get it wrong, I'm not hating on Floyd, but come on, bro, you fight a guy that's 0-0, Conor McGregor was 0-0.
Amir Khan has expressed strong respect for Terence Crawford and believes there is a legitimate case that Crawford could defeat Floyd Mayweather Jr. Khan highlights Crawford's exceptional timing in the ring, noting his ability to disrupt rhythm, make precise adjustments, and execute smart game plans under pressure, reflecting on his own experience against Crawford. Khan pointed out how Bud consistently frustrated opponents by making them miss by fractions of a second before countering with sharp, well-timed combinations. He also considers Crawford superior to many top names in the welterweight division and believes that even Mayweather's legendary defensive craft could struggle against Crawford's blend of offense, ring IQ, and adaptability.
Towards after the 1-2 rounds, I started getting my rhythm, but I have to say, probably one of the best fighters I've ever faced, honestly. And I've faced the likes of Canelo, and I was at boxing fighters like him. Every fight I've lost previously was when I was up on points, and obviously might have got caught with a good shot and got knocked out or whatever. But with Crawford, his timing was so on point. I mean, like, what a great fight he was, technician. And I'll always, look, I'm not a hater in any way. Look, even though the fight went the way it did, but I just think his timing was amazing, and just everything about the game plan he had for the fight. I mean, he's a brilliant fighter. You cannot take that away from him. And if he was to fight any welterweight, being Manny Pacquiao, being Errol Spence, being even Floyd Mayweather,
In a recent episode of ESPN First Take, Stephen A. Smith praised Terence Crawford for his unanimous decision victory over Canelo Alvarez, calling him the best fighter in the world. He argued that Crawford had achieved something exceptional by moving up in weight and defeating a dominant champion who held all 4 belts in the super middleweight division, doing so in commanding fashion. Stephen A. Smith emphasized not only Crawford's technical brilliance but also his mental toughness and long-term consistency. In his view, Crawford's ability to beat elite opponents while maintaining an undefeated record and now becoming undisputed in yet another weight class places him at the very top of boxing's current hierarchy.
Is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford's part, and it was definitely a legacy fight, something he had told me, he had been telling me for the...
While Terence Crawford is described as having retired gracefully after building a strong legacy, many boxing experts have raised sharp criticism of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s recent exhibition bouts. They argue these fights damage both his legacy and the sport's integrity, mainly because they often feature mismatches against non-elite opponents, influencers, or YouTubers rather than legitimate contenders, reducing any real competitive value. Promoter Eddie Hearn has also criticized one of Mayweather's exhibition appearances, calling it horrendous and stating that such events negatively affect boxing's reputation.
Won't say it, but other than Leonard Ellerby is a boxing man. He knows deep down that was absolutely horrendous. And the other thing is as well, when you got a guy in the environment that we're living in at the moment, right, after a tough year for a lot of people, to come out of the press conference and just basically laugh at people and say, I just took your money. It was a bank job. It was a heist. It was like I conned you into, I mean, those pay-per-views in America, I think they were like $60. I mean, he basically just took the piss out of the fans. But I don't blame him, he made an absolute fortune. Good luck to him. I'm not having a go at Floyd Mayweather. I'm just a fan who's allowed to give my opinion. Absolutely dreadful. Even Floyd Mayweather was embarrassed at a press conference after. He basically said, I'm not doing that again. The biggest winner was Logan Paul. I mean, he's just gone 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. And actually, at times...
Do you think he got knocked out and held up?
No, I think at times Floyd Mayweather was actually...
While Terence Crawford is described as having retired gracefully after building a strong legacy, many boxing experts have raised sharp criticism of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s recent exhibition bouts. They argue these fights damage both his legacy and the sport's integrity, mainly because they often feature mismatches against non-elite opponents, influencers, or YouTubers rather than legitimate contenders, reducing any real competitive value. Promoter Eddie Hearn has also criticized one of Mayweather's exhibition appearances, calling it horrendous and stating that such events negatively affect boxing's reputation.